You've heard the pods, now see the smods. See smod.com, your one-stop shop for tickets and info to all upcoming live Smodco shows. October 28th through 30th, don't miss Jason Mewes at Alamo City Comic-Con. Babylon with Kev, Ralph, and special guest Adam West on Saturday, October 29th at the LA Convention Center as part of Stan Lee's LA Comic-Con. Spend your spooky Saturday evening on October 29th at the Hollywood Improv for Hollywood Boobalon. Fat Man on Batman live at PopFest in LA, October 30th. Hollywood Improv hosts Babylon on November 11th. J Mewes heading down under in Brisbane, Australia, November 11th through 13th at Supernova. Vancouver gets an evening with Kevin Smith on November 12th. Check out Kevin Ralph on Babylon at the Improv in Hollywood on Friday, November 18th. Supernova Adelaide in Australia gets Jason Mewes November 19th and 20th. Babylon back at the Improv in Hollywood on December 9th. Jay and Bob Get Old in Colorado. They have a sold-out show on Sunday, December 11th in Greenwood Village. Catch an evening with Kevin Smith for 2 evenings, actually, December 11th and December 12th in Greenwood Village, Colorado. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, December 12th, south at the Landmark in Colorado. Fort Collins, get ready for Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Tuesday, December 13th. Solo Kev in Colorado Springs on December 14th. Colorado Springs gets Jay and Silent Bob on Wednesday, December 14th. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Denver, Thursday, December 15th. An evening with that Kevin Smith in Denver, downtown in Larimer Square, Thursday, December 15th. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Telluride, Friday, December 16th. Kevin Smith dropping by Breckenridge on Sunday, December 18th. Bookmark csmod.com, and we'll see you in your town soon.
Well, people get wrapped up in their stories. I mean, you guys are living proof of that.
What a weird thing to say.
We're tired of assholes.
You are not tired of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be doing this show with me.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Oh, I look around this table. Who's with me? One of the 4 most popular and practical jokers in America. Q and Walt. Walt,
Hello.
your big premiere was on Sunday. How did you feel? Did you stay up and watch it?
I was up, but I don't really watch it. I mean, I lived it only a couple months ago. I don't feel the need to rewatch it. Right. I heard it was great, though.
No. That's what everyone's saying.
I really enjoyed it. I stayed up to watch it.
Did you watch Walking Dead?
I did not.
No, you didn't.
3 episodes behind from last season, and I already know who died because I read the comics.
Okay.
Assuming they didn't change it completely.
Because I watched it.
I don't care. I also don't. I like Walking Dead, but it's not like – spoiler's not going to kill me.
Well, if you haven't watched and you care about what I'm about to say, I'm going to spoil some shit.
Spoil away, buddy. But everybody at home should have their fucking –
Right, they should know. Yeah. Like maybe for 10 minutes or so, maybe less. Okay. Anyway, I mean, I really would have to say the people who died.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess, sure.
In the comic book, Glenn dies.
Right.
Does he die in the show?
Yeah.
Pretty brutally, too. Like, does he try to talk after he gets hit in the head?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And Abraham also.
No.
Mm-hmm. He goes first. And then the surprise.
The redheaded, flat-haired?
Yeah.
Oh, I like him. I like him more than Glenn.
Glenn was a surprise because he came second. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But the level, and it didn't bother me, but even I was like, the level of brutality.
Really?
Well, it was nuts. Like, Glenn's head was pulp. Just looked like hamburger meat that somebody had run over, like on the ground. And they showed it, you know? Negan.
He's awesome in the comic book.
I mean, his reasoning is like, well, they took out my guys when they raided that warehouse or whatever. But he's a psychopath.
He is.
Like, he enjoys every moment of like what he's doing. Now, these characters died, but what was really surprising to me was afterwards, Talking Dead. Now, forget the comic book, man. Nobody would care. In real life, if the Impractical Jokers died due to like a planned arson, the public would not care as much.
I didn't see this curve coming.
As I'm telling you.
Oh, you mean they were like crying and whining?
The reaction to fake people, characters dying on a show was so over the top and reverent, as if real people had died. Like they're talking about Abraham as if he was a real sergeant in the army. Like real military guys do not get this level of treatment. And
where would you see this? Online, you mean?
No, this was on Talking Dead afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It was like such a solemn like tone
really
throughout the show. Yeah, they had it at the Hollywood Cemetery. They did it live, and for the first time, like in God knows how long, it started raining.
Oh, really?
So it's raining all over them. But yeah, I mean, everyone's treating it so seriously. No, because they're like, it's LA, it's not going to rain, and then boom, it rains. On Twitter too, like people either being upset or getting mad.
Well, I mean, think about how we would feel if they'd killed Swear Engine off in the middle of an episode. Like you and I would have the same exact reaction.
I wouldn't post it.
That's maybe yeah, but this show is about talking about Walking Dead. So like, what response would have been?
But I don't think like if you and I talked about,
can't say like that is fucked up.
We would talk about how much it sucked, and we were gonna like the show won't be the same without him.
Right.
But not in a way of like, this is a real person. And that's what really struck me about Talking Dead and some of the stuff I saw online. I'm like, these guys aren't real.
Hardwick was crying.
Yeah. Hardwick was like a preacher, like consoling the family and shit, you know? It was strange.
Who did they have on? Did they have the guy who died on? They should have.
They had both. They had Steven and I forget his name. Chickless, whatever. Abraham.
Yeah.
They had.
They had the two people who died on.
Yeah, they had Lincoln on. Andrew Lincoln. Ritas was on. Michonne. Like the whole bunch of people.
The whole cast was basically there.
Yeah, pretty much. And then one curly-haired guy. I can't remember his name. I think they met him in Alexandria.
Oh, I don't remember.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, I know the show's popular and I do like the show, but I didn't realize it still had that level of involvement after.
Well, people get wrapped up in their stories. I mean, you guys are living proof of that.
Yeah, we do, but I don't care if like, I mean, I loved Breaking Bad, but when people died, I was like, even if it was fucked up, I'm like, well, it's fucked up, but I didn't hold like a candlelight vigil or anything.
You didn't think the actual actor was also dead too.
No, I wasn't like, well, that sucked. Cranston's not going to be in anything anymore.
Do you think Steven, what's his name, Yoon?
Yeah.
Do you think he will be in other things, or this is kind of like it for him?
Oh, no. He's a good actor. I think he'll be in other stuff. I'm not saying he's not a good
actor, but he's so associated with a role.
Yeah. I think eventually.
Yeah.
Because I've felt that way about actors in the past, and then they do other stuff.
You know, Asians have limited.
Right. You'll see him next season on Comic Book Man, and Ming's fired.
Can I ask you a question about Ming?
Yeah, sure.
And I don't.
Is it about his Buffalo premiere party?
You this. I didn't get invited to that.
No.
How fucked up is that?
Do you follow him on Facebook?
I do.
Then you got to invite.
Nah, I'm a friend though. Don't you think I should have got like a fucking text or call?
What do you? I mean, but if you follow him on Facebook, you got the invite.
But I'm not on Facebook.
Well, he doesn't know that.
You have that, but you don't go on it.
Right.
So
and
Ming should assume that.
I check once a week. So like,
you don't get notifications.
No.
You should set up your notifications.
Yeah, but
so every single time somebody mentions you, your phone goes off.
Rather than like a friend reach out to a friend, who I invite him to everything. I invite him to every single thing. I don't get, whatever. But that's it. That was so I didn't even mean to bring that up. Is he? I don't know how to say this, so I don't want to hurt his feelings, but
he doesn't have feelings, so go ahead.
Right. But this was the first time I ever watched him on TV, and maybe it was a reflection of myself, but I was like, wow, Ming's starting to age.
Oh, yeah?
Did you notice it? Like that eternally young Ming face, I was like, I'm starting to see it change.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way? He's like a bloated alcoholic?
No, but he's starting to get some wrinkles and like, the face, not in a bad way, like no more than normal, but it's like he's always been so youthful looking that, I see it in myself. I'm getting the wrinkles and the gray hair and stuff like that. So I'm not singling him out, but I always just see him in my mind as like this young kind of guy. And this is the first time I looked at him. I was like, wow, it's like I'm seeing the age on him.
Yeah. Now Mike's the young hip guy with that hair.
Do you not see that hair, that goatee? No?
No, I do. Like if you compare it to even when we started.
Yeah.
Not like holy shit.
No, not at all. This fucking fly in here is
it's irritating.
Yeah, I was, that struck me.
You would think after like years of drug abuse, I should be the one who looks demonstrably different, but yeah, maybe because he's always out there hustling and bustling, going to cons. Yeah, maybe he's wearing himself out. He's got stress wrinkles.
Yeah, I noticed it.
He doesn't look stressed. He always looks happy, but
I mean, I see it in myself, so I'm not ripping on Ming. I'm just surprised because in my mind, he's always that like playful, young, carefree.
The kid.
Yeah, he's a kid, even though he's older than me.
Did it depress you?
It did.
Yeah.
Because I've known the guy now at this point 21 years, 22 maybe even.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, God, we're on the grind to the grave, man.
Yeah.
Even Ming, who I thought would outlast us all.
Even Ming, yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do? What do we do when Ming dies prematurely?
Walt's birthday was the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're edging up on 50. How does that feel? Do you give a fuck?
No, I don't really. I don't even think about it. I don't feel like I didn't like if you had asked me like in my 20s, what do you think it'll feel like to be 50? If I had to know, if I could go if I had a time machine, I could go talk to myself. I don't know. What would I tell myself? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel that different though. I do feel different when I'm doing different things. Like maybe a little aches and pains here and there, like not bad though, but like a little bit like wow, I wonder why my legs hurt. I was like, oh yeah, I was squatting before.
Doing squats.
I wasn't doing squats.
Shitting by the dumpster.
But I wasn't doing squats, but I was just doing something, and I was doing something, and then all of a sudden, like I stopped doing it, and I'm walking down. I'm like, oh wow, I wonder why my legs feel weird. Oh, that's right, I was squatting over there before.
Yeah. For how long? Like a minute?
It was about 20 minutes.
You squatted for 20 straight minutes?
I was playing with the dog, and then I was doing something else. So, but like if I'm not squatting, I still feel 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only when squatting comes into play.
I don't feel any different, though. I don't think I do. But again, I don't remember what it felt like to be 20, so I don't remember. Right.
But see, if my 50-year-old self went back to my 20-year-old self, it would be like, holy shit, I make it to 50? That's amazing.
Like, what are some of the things you, like a 20-year-old version of yourself would be like, well, when you're 50, you don't do this anymore?
I mean, everything, pretty much. I don't think I do any of the same things I do.
Well, I mean,
physically, anyway.
Well, some of the, you don't do anything?
Watch TV.
Well, you used to play basketball a lot, right?
Used to play basketball, used to play hockey, used to run, used to move. Used to travel a lot more.
Yeah. Well, you got a kid now, so it's like, what are you going to do?
I know. She's ruined everything. I tell her every morning. I'd feel like I was 20 again if it wasn't for you.
Choke on your raviolis.
Yeah. Wash it down with that fucking lemonade that cost me my fucking future. Oh, Brett.
Yeah. Mosier's the only one who, you like, out of our group that every time I see him, I see Mosier like 4 times a year. I'm like, this motherfucker just does not age. Like, he just looks the same.
You know what? I got Facebook recently. We had like a Tell 'em Steve Dave page for a long time, but I never knew the password. And Jordan said, well, in order to access that, you have to sign up for your own account. So I was like, all right. So I went on there or actually she did it. But so I go on and I'm like, all right, well, let me check up on some of these people I used to know and see what they're looking like. Now, with me, you can sort of see through the internet, like the evolution of like me being younger and growing into what I've become. So it's not that jarring, like if you see that sort of, that journey. Whereas like some of these people, like the last time I saw them might have been the day we graduated. And that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So now fast forward ahead 30 years and I'm like, holy shit. Like, what happened to you? like, is this one of those like old timey death pictures where they would take pictures with a corpse and shit? I'm like, no, they're alive because they're posting stuff. They're posting bullshit that I don't want to read, memes and nonsense and all kinds of crap. And I friended some people from school. Some people don't change at all, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. This girl, Tara Douse, you remember Tara from back in the day? She looks almost exactly like the last time I saw her. Yeah. Almost no difference whatsoever.
We got one of those.
Oh, yeah, I know. She doesn't age either. Like Countess Bathory over there, fucking bathing in the blood of virgins to stay young. But so I friended somebody, like somebody who in our class, I'll tell you later, Walt, who was, wasn't popular, but wasn't like bullied, just like sort of invisible. And she asked me, like, I had a friend request. So I said yes. And then like 2 minutes later, she's like, oh, thank you. And then I made the mistake of writing back like, hey, no problem. Hope all is well. No, I didn't really care if all was well. And it's very uncharacteristic of me to pretend.
It was a social nicety.
Mm-hmm. And then it begins. Thanks for asking, which it wasn't really a question. It was more of a statement. Just trying
dismissive statement.
Yeah. She's like, he can't possibly really like, I remember him from school. He had no hope for himself, let alone anyone else. Just trying to get these illustrations done so I can get them into like,
she wants you to be like, oh, you're an artist.
Yeah.
Suddenly she's displaying her hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Things you have
she
no
thinks
interest.
maybe you have need of some artistic person in your life, maybe.
Yeah, she's like, well, he's got Walt, but maybe, just maybe. No, I think it's more like, well, maybe he knows people.
Mm-hmm. Which you do.
Yeah. But no, no way. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, I don't like it. Facebook. It's ridiculous. It's memes. It's inspirational sayings. Shit about God. Yeah, you missed out on the party
now.
Yeah, but I feel
Would you have gone?
I might have.
If you had gone,
yeah,
you would have fucking, the whole place would have fucking came to a complete and utter stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would have been like, it would have been like Elvis walked through the door.
Oh, maybe I should have, then maybe I would have gone. I would have enjoyed feeling that way about myself.
Maybe. Well, this is the report I heard. My, little bird in my ear went to this premiere party, and Ming was hosting it. He showed some episodes of Comic Book Men with eventually it's supposed to culminate in showing the season premiere. And he says Ming never showed the season premiere. And this little gap-toothed bird that I'm talking about said that he suggested to more of like, an ostrich type maybe, like, or one of those dino birds from back in.
So Get 'em got invited and I didn't.
Everybody did. It was in a paper. It was in like some local paper where it said like, hey, Comic Book Men premiere down at Jamian's, this place in Red Bank. Everyone's invited. Everyone on Facebook was invited. Anybody who knows Ming through Facebook got an invite, right? Technically?
Yeah.
And Gidim said he asked Ming a few times when he was going to show it, and Ming was too busy partying. And then by like midnight, Gidim was like, when are you going to show it? And he's like, oh, there's not enough people here now. So they never watched it. You would have come all the way down here.
Yeah.
To only know Gidim and not see the episode.
I would have known Ming. I'm sure Mike was there. Like, it was
Mike did
more
go.
About like showing support for my friends than celebrating with my boy, who I thought was my boy.
Right. Well, maybe it's like that.
He probably didn't think you'd come, though. Because I wouldn't invite you to that. I would spare you that.
Maybe he is getting older. Maybe it's like dementia, like he forgot. He forgot.
Is Debbie there? Do we know?
I doubt it. I can't say for sure, but I would be pretty surprised.
Okay.
Yeah. Walt, we're normally talking about country, shithole country.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm going to dial it back a little. Not shithole state, but shithole borough. and see.
Sombreros.
Yeah. Borough.
Can I ask what personal thing happened to you that pissed you off that you're about to bestow shithole on an entire borough?
It's not me.
Really?
And it's in defense of you.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Have you heard about this?
yeah. This has been blowing up. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure you've had to now been, as a Staten Island resident, had to have taken the pulse on this story.
About me?
Not about you. About Staten Island as a whole.
Oh, no, I haven't heard about this.
As a shithole.
This is not a new accusation level to Staten Island.
Well, this is a new accusation.
This is a hometown boy who says, fuck them. They all suck in regard to Staten Island. This is Pete Davidson of Saturday Night Live.
No.
Yeah. You see this guy? You know
I
him?
know. His dad was a fireman. That's odd that he would say that guy.
He says that he calls them a bunch of Trump-supporting fucking jerk-offs with limited intelligence.
Wow.
Fuck them. They all suck. They have nothing to do with me or my success. It's a terrible borough filled with terrible people. A fucking tidal wave could take out Staten Island, and I wouldn't even move in my sleep. In fact, I would sleep better. Fuck Staten Island. A bunch of Trump-supporting fucking jerk-offs. Fuck them. End quote. But that wasn't the end of the quote, because his mother lives there. And he said, my mother lives there because she's too fucking stupid to realize she shouldn't. Staten Island kids are mean. I had a really tough time moving from high school to high school. All right.
I mean, that is, first of all, fucking angry.
I mean,
what happened to that guy?
Would you like to make a public declaration of war upon Pete Davidson right now in defense of Staten Island?
I don't need to make a declaration of war against him because
you don't want to get into a Twitter beef with him.
I don't need to.
Something.
Look, first of all, his father was a fireman, so right away that makes me not want to go to war.
Well, I think his dad died in 9/11, but he uses it in his comedy act.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
that's a comedian.
Yeah,
doesn't sound alive.
That was very funny.
I don't think he intended it to be.
Was that part of his act, or is that part of like him just doing an interview?
No, I think that's part. He did an interview with Up Rocks where.
I mean, it's so angry. Also not true. Like, there are so many nice people on Staten Island. Like, that's you know what he's falling. How old is he? I'm guess his early 20s.
It doesn't say here, but I'll look.
Because that is a millennial talking. Like, that is part of what is driving the country apart. Like, just because someone, nice try. We're going to try and kill this fly. Just because somebody supports Trump and I don't, doesn't mean that my automatic thing is anybody who supports him is a fucking ass. Like, there are people who support him for reasons.
Oh my God. He's born in 1993.
Yeah, he's a kid.
So that's what it means. He's 23, right? 93, 2003, 2013. Yeah, 23. What the fuck do you know, Pete Davidson?
No, he's born in 93?
Yeah.
He's got to be 26.
2003,
then,
2013.
Right. He's 23.
Yeah.
He's a kid, dude. He doesn't fucking know.
He's going to be 24 soon. Happy birthday, Pete.
It's such a millennial stance to be like anybody who supports Trump is a fucking. It's just like, it's not true. Half the country is not fucking assholes.
We're talking about the borough. We're going to isolate it to the borough.
Trump supporters are assholes.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, you can't, like, that's such a broad sweeping statement that's so divisive that, like, you're as bad as Trump is then by saying that. Like, that's a horrible thing to say. Two, it's just like, look, when I was like in my I always loved Staten Island. You guys know that about me. But it's just like, I don't know.
Some of my favorite people are from Staten Island.
Yeah. All my favorite fucking people.
Yeah.
You know?
Most beautiful girls I've ever seen. Huh?
There's some in the water over there.
Yeah, maybe they're circling about right now.
Like, well, not
in our orbit.
People, you guys aren't. But Staten Island's got so many nice people. It's got so many lovely parts. It's just like he's just a young idiotic kid.
Well, it would appear he got. I think he's mixed race guy. Like, he's a mixed race dude, but maybe he got bullied a lot. He said Staten Island kids are mean.
Kids are mean everywhere.
Yeah, I got news for you.
I can't get annoyed or angry at this guy. He just sounds so angry that it sounds like his life is suffering for some reason.
He needs a therapist.
Oh, what a horrible thing to say. And call your own mother stupid?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with
you? She's too stupid to realize. Like, so what if everyone moved out of Staten Island and it's empty and they move elsewhere? Then it just, they're still existing.
Yeah, I mean, what he's referring to is Staten Island is a very Republican, very white borough.
Right.
That's what he's talking about, but that's changing too. That's not as true as it was even 10 years ago. So he's a millennial. He's angry. He's obviously an angry kid, and on top of that, he's trying to score brownie points by bashing Trump, which is just like the sign of a young idiot. Like, we got it, dude. Bash Trump. We got it. You're on the cutting edge of social fucking issues. We got it. Like, you're taking such a dangerous stance by bashing Trump. We got it, buddy. It's just like, calm down, Pete Davidson. Like, you're on Staten Island for 2 seasons. Why don't you fucking slow your roll before you burn your hometown to the ground?
Think this will hurt his career?
No, not at all. That's why he's saying it.
No, but, well, I mean, the Trump thing, I think, is thrown in there because maybe he was realizing what he was saying. And he's like, well, you don't think that'll come back to haunt him?
Maybe on Staten Island, but not in his, I don't think in his career.
Yeah, he won't be welcome back there. He can't do any clubs in Staten Island now, I bet.
Sounds like he doesn't want to go back anyway.
No.
Not even he doesn't care if his mom gets killed in a tidal wave.
That's how much he hates Staten Island.
He doesn't care if just born babies in Staten Island University Hospital get killed in a tidal wave. He doesn't care if I get killed in a tidal wave. Like,
I mean, come on.
I mean, geez, what is?
Don't all 4 Jokers live on Staten Island?
Me and Sal do still, yeah.
All 2 went.
Yeah, for years now.
Where they live?
Murray lives in Manhattan. Joe's out on Long Island.
Gatto told me that Staten Island's a bunch of Trump supporting jerk-offs. That's why he moved.
You know, it's like, what a fucking odd. It says more about him than it does about Staten Island because he's not right. Like, there's so many nice people in Staten Island.
I had a really rough time, he says. So, yeah, it's all about that. But, I was thinking about that because I read this. Somebody asked what you thought, and I read it, and I was thinking, like, we grew up in a town that wasn't particularly rich. Kevin called it white trash at one point.
Oh, didn't they flip out on him?
Everybody flipped out. But he wasn't, like, exactly wrong.
Right.
It would have been, like, he could have dressed it up a little, maybe called it working class or blue collar or something. But he didn't.
Right.
And it's like everything that happens to you in life, whether it's like, like let's say this guy grew up in fucking Malibu or somewhere that wasn't Staten Island. It's like, does he then become a comedian? Because by and large, comedians are depressed, angry people.
Sure.
So is he then the person he is if not growing up in that situation? No. Am I the person I am if I'm not fighting with Edgar as a kid?
No, of course not.
So you take the good and the bad.
When did he say this? This is so weird that he would go on a fucking rant like this.
This was, let me see, October 24th.
Wow.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday he said it.
What a weird thing to say. Fuck Staten Island.
A tidal wave could take you out, Q. He would sleep better. How many people are in there? Like millions, right?
Staten Island, 500,000.
500,000?
Yeah.
500,000 people could die that he doesn't know. And he would sleep better knowing they were dead. Meanwhile, he probably says nothing about like some fucking ISIS stronghold country in the Mideast, right? Because that would not fit into any sort of liberal agenda. And fucking, speaking of liberal pussy-ass motherfuckers, Ghost Pussy agreed with him.
Ghost Pussy agreed with him?
Yeah.
Isn't he Staten Island?
He is.
Born and raised?
Mm-hmm.
How did Ghost Pussy agree with him?
I don't know. I saw him weigh in.
Roast
Pussy? He weighed in. Hold on a second. I'll tell you what he said. He's never been kind to Staten Island, Ghost Pussy.
So, move.
I mean, you guys have a mural of Big Ange. I don't know what the problem is.
Apparently, he goes on and on. He goes in his special. He's got a stand-up special coming out where he dishes Staten Island. I mean, what a weird thing, man.
Chris Ladondo says, I fully support a famous Staten Islander speaking the awful truth about Staten Island. And then he links an article about the interview. And then he says, Staten Island is the most conservative part of New York City. They're wrong about everything and deserve to be publicly humiliated. But he's saying they as if he's not a part of it. Chris Ladondo, Pete Davidson is wishing that a tidal wave would sweep away your wife and child in the middle of the night, and he would sleep better.
Yeah, that the tidal wave is going to take everybody, not including the.
It's not going to go around Ghost Pussy's house. Yeah.
Wow. It's good. He says in his stand-up routine, I'm doing a little research. This is obviously like he says this. It's like no matter if you do anything that's not construction related in Staten Island, you're a pussy for some reason. Like that's just not true. Like that's not true at all.
Well, I mean, that's. How do you know that's not true?
Because I never did anything construction related.
You know, people.
He stopped as soon as he built his ivory tower and moved in.
but I didn't even get in the fire department until I was almost 30. I didn't go through my fucking 20s being called a pussy because I wasn't a construction worker. He says, if you don't,
who's he hanging around with? This is.
I don't know, man.
You would think he's hanging around with the Hollywood elite now.
If you don't know what Staten Island is, it's like New York's abortion that lived. There's good people everywhere, but not in Staten Island at all. Like everybody on Staten Island could die and I wouldn't sleep over it. I'd be like, oh, I guess I need a new Xanax dealer. It's this awful place where dreams die. I'm from there. The only good thing is we have our women sex offenders. I think it's awesome. That's why he still lives there. He still lives there.
Really?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Is he then fucking around? I mean, it doesn't sound like he's fucking around though.
What a fucking weirdo. I mean, he sounds like a really damaged young kid. What are you going to do? I don't care. I'm too old to give a shit what he says.
Mm-hmm. Wow. If you start caring about that stuff, you're going to age like Ming.
Yeah, exactly. What a fucking weirdo. I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't reflect well on him.
No.
And then even comedically, let's even take the implications of what he's talking about. Even comedically, he's choosing a target that's been fucking done to death. It's like, dude, like, you're like, really? Staten Island is what you're fucking going after?
Staten Island has been gone after more than Trump over the years.
It's just like fucking, it's not even funny. It's like, forge new fucking ground, dude. Like, holy shit. Talk about an easy target. Like, you're supposed to fucking punch up, not down. To attack Staten Island at this point is like fucking attacking like Syrian refugees. It's been hit so many times. Like, you just reveal the limits of your humor by going after Staten Island. And I don't know him. I don't know how funny he is. I don't know whether he's good on Saturday Night Live. I don't really know any of this stuff, but it's like, that's fucking very telling that one of his main targets is basically one of the oldest targets in New York history. It's just like, dude, like, we get it. Like, we got it in the fucking 80s. Like, what new were you saying about Staten Island that's funny? Because nothing I read was just funny. Like, you're going for shock humor by calling it an after abortion. It's just like, all right. Hey, man. Good for you, dude. You want to tell the fucking same jokes that have been told for the same 30 years. You want to be that angry about your own childhood. You want to wish death on your mother. Dude, I wish you all the luck in the world, Pete Davidson, because you are going to fucking need it.
Sounds like a declaration of war.
End quote.
End quote. Nice.
End quote.
Oh, hello, Sagey. We're here to talk about MeUndies.
What? Name.
Who did that sound like? Like a little leprechaun?
Pelicon, yeah.
A leprechaun named Declan?
Yep.
MeUndies.com/TESD. Shipping is free in the United States and Canada. And you can save up to $8 a pair with the subscription plan. Get a subscription or a single pair, and 20% comes off your first order. Because whether you're wearing a suit or sweats, you spend almost 24 hours a day in your underwear. Unless you're free balling, which MeUndies looks down on. But instead of making a statement, like Superman's tights under his everyday clothes, your underwear is boring, Sagey.
It's boring.
It is boring. You know it's not boring? MeUndies. Every pair of MeUndies is made from sustainably sourced modal.
Oh, yeah.
Fabric that's twice as soft as cotton.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for.
I don't know what we're waiting for. Because nothing can describe the fit and feel of MeUndies. But once you try them on, you'll understand why they're called the world's most comfortable underwear. If you don't love your first pair of MeUndies, they're free. No questions asked.
What?
You heard me. MeUndies.com/TESD. Tell them, Steve Dave.
Tell Dave.
Do you hate your hometown, Walt?
No. I wish I could still live there. Well, my hometown, well.
What do you consider your hometown? Do you consider
Highlands.
it Mattawan or Highlands?
Yeah. I wanted to stay. I just was priced out.
Yeah.
When I moved. But I would go back. I like the little small town atmosphere. Where I live now, it doesn't have that. There's no real, I don't even have a sidewalk in front of my house. So we can't really walk around without without afraid of getting hit by a car. So we don't really walk around our town. We don't really walk around it at all because there's no sidewalks. So
when you lived in Highland, you used to don your ninja outfits and walk around on the sidewalks freely, not being afraid to be hit by a car. You can't do that now.
No, you would just be able to walk around. You could walk down to get milk.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that where I live. I got to go drive or to get milk. But I like being able just to walk everywhere in Highlands.
Like if you called me and you were like, hey man, I want to get a sweatshirt with Pepsi points. Let's go around and raid everyone's recycling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I wasn't even getting anything out of it, but I became consumed with it. Like we would go to the rec and I'd see somebody with a Pepsi bottle. I just cut their label off. They're like, what are you doing?
Pepsi points, bro.
Yeah.
Do you remember the kid who he got enough points to get the jet and he was going to sue Pepsi?
That's right.
For the equivalent of what the jet would have cost him, the fighter
jet. How did that end up?
I don't remember. Yeah, he got the 1 million points somehow, and he wanted the equivalent of the money of the jet. I think
like $42 million.
7 million Pepsi points. He got them. The AV-8 Harrier II jump jet valued at $33.8 million at the time. He did not. Oh, they argued that it was supposed to be humorous. This Pepsi did. And the plaintiff did not collect 7 million Pepsi points through commercial purchase of Pepsi products. So they sent him a certified check for $700,000 as permitted by contest rules.
Wow.
Wait a second. I'm not, he didn't collect. Oh, he sent a certified check for $700,000 and bought them at 10 cents a point.
Who would he buy them from?
Doesn't say.
So he spent $700,000 on Pepsi points?
I guess so, yeah. He said he bought it for 10 cents a point. He only had 15 existing points, but paid 10 cents a point for the remaining 6,999,985 points and a $10 shipping and handling fee. The claim alleged both breach of contract and fraud. Facts, judgment, blah, blah, blah.
What was the judgment?
Judge Kimba Wood, Walt, says, he rejected his claims and denied recovery on several grounds. It was found that the advertisement featuring the jet did not constitute an offer under the restatement of contracts. Even if it had been an offer, no reasonable person would have believed the company seriously intended to convey a jet worth $23 million for $700,000, that it was mere puffery.
Do you think we can get out
Puffery, you say?
Do you think we can use that ruling to get out of giving Mrs. Ginnam any more free shit?
Let me see if Judge Kimba Wood is still on the bench.
It's mere puffery.
Yeah. He seems to weigh on the side of corporations like ourselves. Fell under the provisions of state of fraud. So there's the callow youth featured in the commercial is a highly improbable pilot, one who could barely be trusted with the keys to his parents' car, much less the prize aircraft of the U.S. Marine Corps. What does that have to do with anything?
Right. It doesn't matter what the actor that they put in the commercial, the guy I don't know. I agree though that like Pepsi shouldn't be, obviously it's a joke. It's a farce. Everybody knows it, but I hate people who look for loopholes like that, but.
Do you?
Yeah.
But the King of Suncoast.
Right. I'm not saying that I haven't used it's like Trump says, like, did he use the loopholes to make his business or to gain more money? Yes, just like I did. Mm-hmm. But
why don't you move to Staten Island, you jerk off?
If I was in charge, I would have to if I was in charge, if I was the president,
right?
I'd be like, well, I got to close known loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make it fairer for everybody. Loopholes shouldn't exist.
Right, but then if
you have any loopholes, you can rest assured people will use them.
But if you close those loopholes, then corporations will not give you money. They will pull up and move out of the country.
They already are. They already do pull up and move out of the country.
Right, but there have to be certain
loopholes,
certain handouts that there's a reason that Apple keeps all this money out of the country.
Yeah, why do you think that reason is? Because
people are being paid off, or there are palms are being greased. You don't think so? You think that the government is just lazy, and they're like, we'll get to it.
What do you mean? The government's just
like this is why they don't close the. This is why they don't close the loopholes.
Oh yeah, because they have people in Congress, and you make donations so that you don't close loopholes.
Super PAC. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, obviously, but obviously, there's people who
Go on the record.
who are never going to move to close loopholes because they've been bought by the companies that want to keep these loopholes existing.
Out sons of bitches.
You
can't be a politician and even say like, you know what, at a certain age you should have to retake your driver's test because so many senior citizens would vote against you.
Right.
But meanwhile, you see fucking old people. It's like, holy shit, they're going to kill somebody. This is everybody. I mean, with texting and driving, but old people, sometimes you're like, wow.
I believe that if I was creating something for a car, like you were talking about texting and driving, I would make a new car and I would make it a law that if your car should be able to detect a cell phone in a car.
It's called Bluetooth. So yeah.
Okay.
You're a little behind on this one.
Wait a minute. So we're already there, halfway there.
Okay.
There should be something in the car that shuts down the phone.
Okay.
Texting.
Okay, so you can still play your music.
You can still play music, but texting should be off. Like that should not be. There should be some sort of like
a cell phone
barrier.
jammer.
Yeah, like a barrier built into the hood or the ceiling of the car that like you just can't text while you're in a car.
Can you receive a phone call?
You talk to the fucking driver for once. Stop fucking texting.
So if you're in,
I feel like
a person.
I feel like Walt went for a ride with one of his daughters recently.
You know, I mean, show some human consideration. Like, you don't need to text at all times. And I realize what you're saying. That like, hey, you're not driving. You should be able to text. But to make this work, so we're not having, because that's killing more people now and causing more accidents. That's the second leading cause of accidents right now.
Okay,
fast approaching number one.
Yeah, but so you're going to so you are in favor of, and I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just
listen to this millennial go.
You're in favor of taking responsibility out of people's hands and putting it into government and big businesses' hands to stop people from acting against their own best interests.
When personal well-being and public safety is yes. At the root of it,
yeah.
I feel that it's the only way, because people will not act responsibly.
So
we
Toyota
know this, and
the next president should be in charge of you acting responsible instead of. Wait a
minute. Oh, it already exists? Apps that block texting while driving.
Yeah, you probably put that on your teenager's phone, right?
Now that makes sense, because as a parent, you are responsible for the safety of the child.
An app can be removed, though. I'm talking about there's some sort of
she deleted the goddamn app.
Some sort of lead that you can't see.
Yeah.
That'd be some gas mileage you're getting now.
That's
cars weigh 700 pounds more.
No, it's like whatever it does, it blocks the ability to text.
Right.
You believe that the government doesn't need to step in in the effort of public safety? Look at all we do already.
I think we do too much. And
give me an example of too much. What's an example of a nanny state?
I'm not a fan of traffic cameras. I'm not a fan of red light cameras. I'm not a fan of speeding
because
cameras.
You've been caught doing all the wrong things.
I'm not a fan of it.
Multiple times.
Have you ever gotten a ticket from a traffic cam?
Never.
Yeah, me neither.
That doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
Whether I get the ticket or not doesn't matter to me.
Has any of those cameras that you're saying shouldn't be allowed ever caught a serious crime and maybe solved the crime or maybe saved the person?
But what you're talking about is giving up personal freedom for safety.
Is one life worth it?
Sure. I think. Wait. What? Rephrase that. I don't know how to answer this.
Is one life worth it?
The Pete Davidson of Tell Him Steve Dave.
I do believe that. Yeah.
Tell Him Steve Davidson.
One life is not worth it.
Whatever you're trying, I don't know what you're trying to get me to say. My
we
stance
save one life with the use of those. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Who's the guy? The quote? Who said it? Like, those who would sacrifice safety for freedom deserve neither. Blah blah blah.
How is it
some smart motherfucker, right?
What's that?
How's that traffic camera infringing on your freedom?
I don't like it that the police can just.
I don't like it that I can get a ticket in the mail and I don't expect it.
I don't care about the tickets. The tickets
fucking Troy!
If there's a cop there, if there's a cop stationed there and he catches me doing it, I don't have a problem with that. I don't like the idea that the cops have a camera on that are watching us at all times. That's the definition of Big Brother.
What about a cameras? That's not. What about when you walk into a mall? No security cameras?
I cannot walk into that mall. That's not a public spot. I can choose not to go into that mall. That's a private area that I'm choosing to go, and I have to accept their rules. That is a public area that I pay for with my taxes. You pay for with your taxes. Even fucking Get him pays for with his taxes.
No cameras in the park?
I don't think there should be any, no.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about when some of these crimes are committed in the park, and that always happen, it seems?
I'm for taking those cameras out, too. I've gotten caught way too many times now.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, man. There's no situation you could throw at me that's going to make me change my basic thing that the government.
God forbid, though, you know somebody that is in need of were there cameras on the street corner or were there cameras here? That may play a factor in.
I understand that
saving somebody you know and love, though.
I completely understand that, but I still don't think the trade-off's worth it.
What is the trade-off, though? What are you sacrificing, though? First
of all, I think it's a stepping stone to cameras fucking everywhere.
They are everywhere now.
Right. Okay.
So just ask Get him. They're all over his house.
And nothing's. And
they're not everywhere, though. They're not everywhere, though.
Where are they? Where are they not?
They're not on every street. They're not on every corner. They're not watching you every single.
Don't you have one of those rings?
Yeah, but I think we're getting there. I don't like it.
Yeah, I could care less. There's nothing they can catch me doing that I'm going to be like, I wish that camera was there.
So you're talking about for yourself. That's fine.
No, not for me. For the rest of the community too. That may be benefited from having a camera on there.
I think it's a slippery slope to. I think 20 years from now it's going to be fucking way worse.
Is the camera the modern day cop hiding behind the billboard?
I'm fine with the cop hiding behind the billboard.
Yeah.
That to me is perfectly acceptable.
What about when they caught that fucking sack of shit that fucking threw a bomb in the fucking dumpster?
Completely understand where you're coming from. And that again was a bank. They had a camera.
But what if it was on
But what
if it was on a telephone pole?
It's a police camera? I don't like it.
Do you think the police cameras
I don't like it.
Do you think the police cameras are for safety or they're to make the city money?
I believe they're to make the city money. But
they serve both roles.
Right, but which primarily?
But I don't like either one.
You don't want the city to be safer?
Not through the use of constant monitoring of civilians. No, I don't. I don't think that's right at all.
This is nothing compared to the UK, I hear. I hear from UK people.
UK's already gone.
It's crazy, yeah.
What does that mean?
Every inch of the UK is covered by cameras in major cities.
Is it safer than America?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
This is what two great men said once, Walt, Ben Franklin and BQ. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety
Ben Franklin a junkie?
Deserve neither liberty nor safety. Even if he was, junkies still have things to say. And sometimes they're valuable.
Wasn't he all into fucking mind bending fucking experiments and shit? Ben Franklin?
Ben Franklin? The guy who I never read that about him. Yeah, I thought he was pretty straight laced, man. I mean, and even at that, even if he's doing a little acid, it's a good fucking point.
I'm sorry, I interrupted the quote. It was important. The quote:
"Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety."
I agree with that.
Okay.
You're putting. Yeah, I just don't agree with it. I don't like it.
Well, stores though, it's okay. You're cool with stores.
It's private. It's private. It's my choice.
You're talking about the government watching.
Does it make you uncomfortable though, having that many cameras on you when you go into a private place?
Not really, because I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to try to steal anything. I'm not going to do anything wrong. And it's it's their right to put a camera up.
Let's say they're watching you. They're watching you as you go down. Maybe you're buying something that is maybe you don't want anybody realizing you're buying,
like lacy panties.
Yeah, like lacy type, like man-sized lacy panties.
You're in the women's husky section.
Listen to me. That's on me to not go to that store. That's me to find the store that sells husky women's panties that doesn't have cameras.
Or do it online where nobody watches what you're doing.
Right. Well, that's another thing.
You don't think they're watching you online?
Oh, no, I'm kidding around. Yeah, you look at one thing and then boom, every ad like on your sidebar is for
I don't
the
agree
last
with that
thing.
either.
Even if you fucking buy it, they still like give you the ads.
I don't agree with that either. And it's my choice to use it or not use it. I cannot go on the internet if I want.
Or you could do the encrypted shit like the Tor network, right?
Sure.
What, the darknet?
Yeah, Q's on the
Road.
darknet. I wish. Oh, you know how much I would have fucking saved had I known about Silk Road? I always find out about shit too late.
What's that?
Silk Road was like and then they would use Bitcoin, and it was an anonymous, like you could buy drugs and stuff, have them shipped to you, and it wasn't
Can't do it
traceable.
anymore.
Yeah, they fucking figured it out. I'm sure there's another Silk Road out there somewhere right now that I don't know about again, but
Yeah, I don't keep I don't think it matters. I'm sure they can track me anyway, but I don't keep location services on my phone.
I would like to go on the darknet and sell repurposed traffic cams. Could we get away with that? We'll steal some traffic cams. I don't know.
Do you
Husky panty.
think that may be
.com.
a small example of paranoia?
No, because they are watching you.
Yeah, do
Like the
you
fact
not
that you
care that
turn-
they monitor your email and phone messages
But
and all
the
that
fact
stuff?
that you turn off notifications, so like where do you think that you're like what is the end
Oh, I don't
game
think
of that?
anybody cares where I'm going or what I'm doing for a second. I just don't like the idea that they can do it.
You could go without a cell phone.
That's right. I could go without someone. That's what I'm saying. Anything that I have the choice to opt in or out of, like I could disagree with them doing that. I could disagree with them tracking me on the internet, but I could opt out. I cannot opt out of the fucking government watching me wherever they feel they want to put cameras. And right now they can put up a camera anywhere they fucking want and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't think that's right. And I think it starts with traffic cams. And then safety cams. And then, what if there's a crime on the street? Don't you want a camera there to catch people?
What if it's a high crime area?
No, I don't agree with it. I think that you're putting a fucking Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Why is it a high crime area? Why don't you work on that instead of fucking putting up cameras?
Everywhere else, they use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
To get it.
It's a slippery slope that I think in 10 years, there's almost no privacy now. But
So what about like if you feel that there's maybe there's crime going on here and you want to capture it?
Well, what do you mean?
You have suspicion that like there's a place, there's an area where you're like you think that some major crimes are going down and you want to be able to capture it. You want to be able to monitor it.
Private civilian?
Yeah, how do you feel? Like then they're going to monitor the area with cameras because it's a lot cheaper than having having cops stake it out constantly.
No, I don't like it. I think I don't want the cops
there.
I'd rather have the cops taking that.
I think a physical presence means a lot more.
Yeah.
They're undercover though.
Still,
Okay.
I think that's.
So now we have a bunch of undercover cops running around instead of cams.
I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
Way rather have that because I don't like that they've come up with reasons to watch us constantly.
Yeah. And the argument is like, and a lot of people say it, like, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, who cares?
That's not the fucking
But
point.
that's not the point.
That's not the point. I don't want to be watched every second. And let me tell you something. If those cams are about school safety, then why don't they shut them off when school's not in session?
How is it about school safety when school's in session? Huh?
Because they have those cams there to stop the speed cams to stop people from driving past the school. Because they'll ticket you and then you learn not to drive past that school. So why are the cams still on at fucking 1 a.m? If it's about school safety, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? It's not. It's a scam to make the city money.
I was talking to a cop in Tinton Falls, and he said he was like, you would not believe the amount of money that we make from it. It's a revenue source.
Millions of dollars on Staten Island alone.
Yeah.
It's a tax.
Yeah.
It's a fucking road tax on people.
What, when you're speeding? You get caught speeding, you mean, from the camera?
Well, all right, like last year, like 2 years ago, the mayor of New York City lowered the speed limit from 35 to 25 on Staten Island, right? And then put up cams all over the fucking place.
Pete Davidson was pissed, I
Like
heard.
you're telling me that's not a purposeful move to fucking generate more money by having the speed limit be 35 miles per hour for the past 50 fucking years. Now it's 25 and there's cameras everywhere. So you're getting ticketed if you fucking drive at the speed you've driven your entire life. Like, that's not right. It's not fucking right. And I could weather. If I get a $50 ticket in the mail, it fucking means nothing to me. But like a guy like who's fucking who's that's like
some construction worker?
Some asshole construction worker. Like that's fucking
a man's
that's
man.
a guy. I have no kids. I have no dependents. It's like I could weather that. But a guy with fucking 4 or 5 kids, $50 to him, like that's insane. That's your kid's school lunch money for a week. And that's right. The mayor could just do that, and he just fucking does it. It's like, it's just bullshit. It's not right.
You're for more government, huh?
You could go the speed limit.
You could go the speed limit. I agree.
Right. You could
but at what point
you could obey the rules of the law.
But I think what Q's saying is like they're just arbitrarily changed to suit whatever the government wants at any given moment.
You think that there wasn't some sort of studies or some sort of surveys done or research of why it was brought down 10 miles per hour? You just think they were just like...
I have no doubt that they have reasons that they could present to you why they did it. Whether they make sense. There is no fucking reason certain streets on Staten Island should be down to 25 miles per hour. I've lived there my entire life. 35 miles per hour is too slow on some of these streets.
Do they do it with the like the Parkway? It's 65. They know everybody's going to go 75. So
not with cameras.
25. Yeah, it's true.
Not with cameras. And on Staten Island, it's 55. They lowered it to 55.
Oh, on the
it was
expressway?
Never 65, actually, yeah. 55 miles per hour on a fucking expressway.
That's pretty slow.
What world are we living in? Like, it's just bullshit. It's just complete nonsense.
I know you don't like cameras.
Yeah, I don't like them.
How do you feel about mugshots?
Very important.
Really?
You got to catalog. Listen, the criminals in our possession, you got to catalog them.
There's no way else to root out the evildoers in the society.
Isn't it just... enough to get their fingerprints? Do we really need a photograph of them?
No, because cops can't see a person's fingerprints, like just with their eyes.
If there's a serial offender,
right,
or even a single-time offender,
right,
you don't know when he might strike next.
Disgusting scofflaw.
Yeah, someone who is a blight on society, a parasite,
a maggot, if you will.
That's right. Tell him Steve Dave mugshot t-shirt is up for pre-order at tellhimstevedave.com. Yes. Now, did you have to give a DNA sample?
I'm a crime profiteer. I didn't have to. I left that on the bathroom wall in the police station.
Are you in CODIS right now?
What's that?
Are you in CODIS?
Yes, I'm on Interpol.
Is that what it's called, CODIS? I think that's what it's called, like the DNA
database.
DNA
database, yeah. I don't think so. I mean, they have my fingerprints though, because I have a gun license. Oh, okay. So they definitely have like all my fingerprints. And I can't remember. Yeah, I got fingerprinted at the police station too for my crime. Not even a crime of passion.
Just a crime.
A crime of a tinted license plate and a crime of not paying a ticket. Yeah.
You've managed to actually make the shirt that I've made better. Well, your design is better.
Not me.
As to be expected.
Not me. My favorite collaborator.
We don't have to pay them for this, do we?
Why would we not compensate somebody who worked on something that we're going to sell?
Oh, come on. Because we could have just sold it like I did it.
The shirt
was my idea. I want compensation.
It's a fucking socialist.
You're going to get compensation.
Yeah, but more than you two.
You're working with fucking Bernie over here. He's a fucking socialist.
I mean, you know what? In reality, that would. I mean, if not for what Hillary's campaign did to Bernie, we would have had the first president in that would make a real legitimate changes. Bernie.
I know.
You didn't feel the burn, Walt?
No, I mean, I wasn't opposed to having him. Like, you want somebody that's going to shake it up.
I mean, I didn't want him because fucking my taxes would have went to 75%, so I'm okay with him. They're getting fucking screwed over.
Hillary's still going to.
Yeah, I know, but what am I going to do?
All right, go back to the shirt though.
I can't go
to offset some of your.
Oh, we put the TST in a flash on the back.
It's on the back.
That is cool, man.
And we colorized. We did a little Wizard of Oz colorization on the black and white photo.
Yeah, that does look better.
Pops.
It pops.
I almost never wear that shirt. Almost never.
What shirt?
The Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt. So it was serendipitous the day that the long arm of the law pulls me over. Now my only concern is that will we and Merch Table be subject to the RICO Act?
What do you mean? What's a RICO?
Well, I mean, we're profiteering off a crime. Do we qualify as a criminal enterprise?
I think the only way to do this is to not give you any cut of the profits, and Walt and I benefit.
Right. Yeah, like the Son of Sam law.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You guys should take all the money.
It is going to start shipping out in late November. So if you order now, you definitely will receive it before Christmas.
That's a fucking great shirt, man. That looks so cool. You also made like a fade in on the side of the pictures.
Yeah. They'll be this will be up on the 28th and will actually ship out to customers mid to late November. And we will be offering sizes extra small through 5XL as well as
Ladies?
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait to be on some boobs, man. That could be a different crime altogether.
So go check it out now. Order it now. Do a little pre-order.
That was made popular by BQ on Impractical Jokers and Big Apple Con. And
yeah, it's going to be on. It's already on 3 episodes of season 6 of Impractical Jokers that are being edited now. That's my shirt. But I'm going to get one of these to wear, the official ones.
I look forward to seeing what Pam and Edgar think of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll go meet your shirt. Like, check it out. Wear this around.
So proud of you, boy.
Your father will, what would his reaction be?
He'd be like, I gave you the keys and this is what you did.
I'm glad you at least fucking realize it.
TellHimSteveDave.com?
TellHimSteveDave.com.
So, anyway.
Are you for more government? Well, you like when the government steps in and
it depends on what it
brings down the hammer?
It totally depends on the type of government that is being offered. You know, some work. Sometimes I'm for more government. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah. Who do you dislike more, the American government or eBay? eBay's been on your ass recently.
One and the same.
Yeah, we need it. If you work at eBay, we need you.
Yeah, I need an eBay insider. I need someone to show me the loopholes.
I mean, talk about Big Brother. They're watching you.
Oh yeah.
But again, that's a site of that they own that you're opting into.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. I never sit there and go, I'm not trying to circumvent or do something I'm not supposed to do. I realize it, and when I get caught, I'm like, oh, I got caught. What am I going to do? I'm not going to sit there and stick my hand in the fire and then cry when it gets burned. I understand why it got burned.
And then you're going to try to figure out a way to do it without getting burned.
Exactly. Loopholes.
Yeah. They're there for a reason.
They've got to be shut down, or that's just human nature. We will always look for a loophole.
The path of least resistance.
Oh, I don't know about it's least. Well, what's that mean? In this case, is that the proper analogy?
Sure. Like you want to do something on eBay you're not supposed to do.
No, it's not even that. I just want to. It's just so stupid and involved. It's just like the rules that they put into place. It's not even trying to do something bad. It's like I sold some things over the course of a year. 7 items out of like 3,000 auctions or 300 or whatever it is. I was out of stock on, so I couldn't fulfill the order, so I had to cancel the order. So now I'm what considered below standard, and they keep those marks, those black marks on your record, stay there for a year, which put limitations on my account, which I can't do certain things because I'm below standard because of something that I had out of stock over almost a year ago.
And you don't want to start another account because then you got to
start all over again. But
right.
It's just that I'm trying to get somebody who can just be like, that's outrageous. That's what's a word called when you're too overzealous over a year.
Yeah, they're overzealous in their pursuit of the small retailer.
I agree.
Walt Flanagan. Yeah. And so if you're an eBay insider, kmuse2@gmail.com. Let's bring down this fucking powerhouse. this eBay.
They're big for I mean, they should look into that though. If I was, like I said, if I was Trump, I would be like, I'd look into them as as what's it called when you have a monopoly. Mm-hmm. I don't think any other auction sites would have a fair shake at starting because of eBay being on the scene.
And they also own PayPal now too, right?
No, they had to get rid of that.
Oh, did they?
They had to get rid of that double dipping on fees.
Yeah.
Remember when Kevin was calling it EJ and they sent him a cease and desist?
Yeah, for a long time. Yeah, they've been they haven't liked the stash. This is here's an example of the government stepping in. Walt, I'll see what you think about this. This is more Halloween stuff. All right. This is Tufts University. Where is that? New York? Do you know where Tufts is?
Do I look like a college educated?
No. All right, we don't know where Tufts is, but if you're around Tufts, all fraternities and sororities were sent a letter asking them to police their parties for inappropriate, offensive, and appropriative costumes that would appropriate, say, another culture.
We talked about this on the Halloween thing, right?
No, this is something different.
Okay.
So costumes that appropriate cultures, reproduce stereotypes on race, gender, sexuality, immigrant, or socioeconomic status. So don't try going as a hobo, Q. Outfits relating to tragedy. Don't try going as the Twin Towers. Controversy or acts of violence. This is not going to be allowed. There are consequences for wearing an offensive costume.
Okay.
The range of response for students whose actions make others in our community feel threatened or unsafe, or who direct contact towards others that is offensive or discriminatory. The police will investigate, and then disciplinary sanctions from the office could run a wide gamut depending on what is brought to their attention.
This is why we need more cameras, so we can free up police to investigate this.
The wrong way.
I think that the police should be focusing 100% of their energy on deciding what's offensive and what's not.
I'm not.
Mini sombrero. You see somebody in a mini sombrero this Halloween. Do I call the police?
Get Kojak on that fucking case.
I don't know. Or do I have to be a Mexican person to call?
Or do you have to be an offended Mexican person? Because what if you're not offended?
Oof.
Even if you're not offended.
Oh, this is a sticky wicket, as they
What
say.
if there's a Mexican gentleman who is offended, but then there's another Mexican gentleman who actually
I was like, hey, man, it's cool, let's say.
Yeah, so then who do you go with?
Personally?
Yeah.
I go with the guy who doesn't give a shit.
Because you would hang out with him in real life.
Yes.
Right, because he sounds like a cool ass.
Yeah, he's all right.
Not like that fucking loser was like, what's that, a sombrero?
Yeah, a mini sombrero, even worse.
What?
What is the consequences you face if the police deem your costume to be offensive? If the police are getting involved, what is can you face a fine? Can you?
You might be
jail time.
Exonerated. Yeah, you could be sent up the river.
No.
Brock Turner got no jail time for raping a chick, but this fucking Brock Turner, but this fucking guy's gonna fucking go to jail for a mini sombrero.
This is what the police say. We encourage all students that feel like they've encountered someone who is wearing an inappropriate and offensive costume to please file a report.
Inappropriate to who?
Who?
And offensive to who?
It's so subjective. It's fucking unenforceable. Like, let's say I'm a tough student, right?
Yeah.
In some fucking alternate universe. And I'm like, I'm going to dress as a tampon.
Sure.
All right?
You know it's going to be offensive to somebody, though.
To somebody.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. What is it?
But a ghost costume is offensive to me because my grandmother's dead.
Right. And it reminds you of a very hard time in your life.
Are you being my grandmother right now?
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
It's 911. Get me 911.
Yeah. Hold on, you stay right there. Citizens arrest.
You're just trying to be sarcastic now.
No, well, that's where it's headed, buddy.
Yeah, because you said that. You said that last week. You're like, well, that's where it's headed. You said on the Halloween episode with these costumes. I mean, with the mental asylums, right? So where does it stop then? Does it stop where you can't make movies about like haunted mental asylums? Can you not write a song then about a haunted mental asylum? Can you not do a comic about a haunted mental asylum? You know?
But you know fully well what's a safe costume and what's not. It's so. I mean, there is definitely.
But who's to determine what's safe?
You have the parameters right there.
Right, but 10 years ago, those costumes were safe.
Right, but we live in a different world now.
Right, so
but who says it's different? Who says it's different though?
Yeah, 10 years from now, it shouldn't. It may change. That's just the way it is.
Right, but
things evolve.
What he's saying is like 10 years from now, you might not even be able to make a movie about a haunted asylum.
Could be. Maybe.
I invested a lot in that tampon costume. I thought 3 decades of Halloweens I could wear it.
So, you're having a valid response. I don't think that's an invalid response because that's kind of where I'm at, where it's just like, you don't care. If the world, it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, it's not going to affect me in my Halloween decisions 10 years from now.
Right.
But what if, you have a grandchild and he's like, hey, Pops, I want to go out as a tampon with Uncle Bry.
Right.
How do you know?
Because our society is moving towards more thoughtful and diverse viewpoints, and we're moving in a way that we're trying to. These are the growing pains that we all have to endure to become a society that we should all be proud of.
Why? Why can't you be proud of? Why can't you be proud of controversy?
Kicking and screaming of the people who want to be like, I just want to be like, it shouldn't be.
I want to dress up like what I want to dress up as, regardless.
But you're just trying to poke. You're just trying to poke and agitate and become that, like, you want the reaction. We don't want to deal with people like you anymore.
Oh, I'm not going to trick or treat at your house then.
No, we're tired of assholes.
You are not tired of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be doing this show with me.
but the younger generation is tired of the old assholes who want to be like,
oh, younger generation, let me fucking pander to you because you've done so much to contribute to society, except whine and bitch and complain about everything that we've done. They've built nothing. They're changing shit.
They're changing the landscape.
Yeah, but every generation does that, Brian. That's their role to do that.
Yes.
That's what they're supposed to do.
What did we change? We changed nothing. We changed nothing. What did we change? Our generation. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we definitely changed a lot from when our parents were younger.
Let's say, okay, in the
sexualized costumes all came out of our generation.
Okay.
We're just talking about Halloween implications.
Wait a second. Tranny Granny?
No,
what are you talking about?
Like under our generation's heyday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
costumes
that
moved towards more.
No, but that was an improvement over the fucking racist costumes.
Exactly.
Like we improved on that.
Yeah.
And now this generation's improving on that.
Yeah, and the next generation.
How are they improving on it by saying you can't wear anything?
They're making it so everybody can enjoy Halloween. I'm a Walt. We're tired of your shit.
But again, yeah, Old Man Johnson. Pops.
You don't see how it's their job to fucking change what they deem wrong?
No.
Why not? Because if it's not their job, whose job is it? It's always the younger generations that's going to come in and fucking flush out the vile
turds,
the fucking elderly turds
and
down the American toilet. Yeah,
the infected and just nasty viewpoints that are not. They don't want it anymore, man.
But what's nasty about it? I'm still not sure on what's nasty about a costume that you don't even really know what it is, but someone says that's offensive. Which again is subjective. You don't know.
You know what the safe costumes are. We all know it.
No, you don't know it. You don't know.
Do.
I just read an article today. I read an article.
Don't know what the safe costumes are.
I read an article today that there was a sweater somebody was selling at. I think it's in the UK. It's at some fucking store, and it's a snowman that's like melting. And he says, "I'm having a meltdown." Some lady says, well, that's offensive to people who have anxiety problems or on the autism spectrum and freak out or whatever the fuck. So you can't sell us a snowman shirt. Or I think they did keep selling it, but she doesn't want you to be able to sell a snowman shirt where he's saying, I'm having a meltdown, which is a very common saying that is not aimed at any particular group. So you should be able to get rid of that shirt
in a climate where and things are changing quickly. Like even last year, things that were acceptable are now not that they're unacceptable, but you may face ramifications.
Well, there's sanction
online.
targets.
You're totally right. Last year I went as a tampon and blackface. This year I can't do that.
You can barely get away with the blackface.
Unless
you're on Staten Island.
Yeah.
But if you're a company or a corporation that's selling to the public and you're not on top of your game and you're sitting there going if you don't have young, socially active, online active people in your corporation there to tell you, well, you may not want to market this, then you deserve every fucking bear trap you step your fat foot into.
Are you talking about me and my fat foot? Or?
No, I'm talking about the company that sold the meltdown shirt. Go hire some young people.
The biggest pussies on earth.
Hire
the people who are the most offended at everything, and you deserve neither liberty nor safety, motherfucker.
What's the bottom line?
Oh, it's money, of course.
Right. So pay them, get some young people on the payroll, have them be your sound.
Their think tank.
and be like, hey, we're marketing this, we're marketing this, we're marketing this. Give us feedback on this. What do you anticipate online reaction to be? Meltdown? No good? Fuck it. We don't need to. How much could they make off it anyway?
Who knows?
It's not worth it.
But okay, does it end there though? Then it's the OCD
That's
shirt.
This is the way that the young generation wants it, though.
Right,
That's the way they want it.
I don't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about the way they want it. I don't care.
They're gonna make real changes.
I'm dressing as a fucking tampon this year. God is my witness.
They're gonna make real changes while you just sit there with
a mini sombrero on,
with a tin can and a fucking string yelling out the window, and the only person that can hear it is fucking Suzanne.
Yeah,
it doesn't change anything.
It's certainly not you because you're driving by in your lead-lined anti-cell phone car.
I mean, it's unfortunate. Maybe it's not. It's not unfortunate, but that's the way the world works, bro.
That young generation will drive that fucking car where they want it to go.
Right.
They don't want you or need your input.
You're old news, bro.
I don't think that this young generation is depending on me. Like, can you please impart some of your wisdom and what you've learned? Your generation changed so much, like sexy costumes. Yeah, but if they try to change that, I'll fucking burn down the entire generation.
They already are changing.
Girls have every right to dress as sluts on Halloween, and if people try taking that away,
I agree. Girls always will. Don't worry about that.
What's that?
Girls always will. Don't worry about that. They want attention. But look, you
really said bitches.
Big girls.
Big girls too, and big girls have the right to dress that way. Yeah, but like we're in a position. This is what I've been saying for the past 6 months on this show, that I don't care anymore. I've pulled myself out of society in that way because like my thoughts don't matter anymore. So I'm not getting worked up over anything because what I feel means nothing. I'm of the age where it's just passed me by, man.
Well, stop it once and try to look at it from the other point of view and be like, look at how much this generation is changing already just by using this. I'm holding up a phone.
Oh, you mean the second leading cause of deaths on the highway? Yeah, I'm looking at it.
No, all right, or I'm using this then. And I'm holding up an iPad.
A first generation iPad.
Thank you, Rich. Just by using this, look at how much they've changed already.
Right.
And you'll say not for the better, but some people will be like, it's more inclusive. It's more thoughtful.
It's not, though. It makes you be more thoughtless. You can go on Twitter and or Facebook or whatever and post your opinion, and it's in a sea of opinions. It doesn't really matter. Like Pete Davidson, how many more people online can say Trump is an asshole? Or Trump is this, or Trump is that. Like you said,
right.
Get it. Everyone thought this before. Everyone's thinking it now. What you're adding to the chorus is nothing new.
Right.
It's old and tired and retread. It's not changing anything.
Yes, it is.
What is it changing?
You don't think that the internet has truly piled on so much of anti-Trump sentiment that it has causing people to not even say whatsoever what they're, if they want Trump, they're loath to go online and say it.
Right. So it doesn't change anything. They'll still go in that booth and vote for him.
But it's changing the way that you behave online, which in fact changes the way you behave in real life.
No, I disagree.
Except when it matters.
It does change the way you behave online. I mean, in real life, maybe not you, but I'm talking about people who
I'm an OG troll, son, long before the internet came along.
You were shining flashlights at your friend trying to get laid when you were fucking 17.
Yeah. That's how I was changing the world.
Did I tell you when I was on? Did I tell you about what happened at Walmart?
No.
That I was online.
I was working the late shift.
They're always greeting everybody.
I told you though that I made a obviously stupid joke. It was a joke about Hillary because she was on the cover of the Star.
Oh, and your daughter was mortified
because the lady turned around and started giving me flack about it.
What was the joke? I'm sure it was brilliant.
Her nose. It was a picture of her and her nose had grown. And I said, I knew that was going to happen. I said, there's only so many lies you can tell before your physical appearance will start to change. I said,
right.
It wasn't even that bad.
And well, yeah.
And you're not even talking to this woman.
I wasn't talking to this lady.
And it's true. She's lied.
It's not even untrue.
Right.
But the lady turned around and started giving me some flack.
What was the gist of her comments?
something about, she made a Trump comment like that made, well, he's worse. So some sort of analogy,
Sure.
And I was just like, I was taken aback by it. And I was like, huh?
Somebody should fucking build a wall around you, bitch.
And when that lady left, like she paid for her shit and left, my daughter was like, that's why you can never talk about that stuff in public.
That's what you said to your daughter?
No, that's what she said to me.
Oh, okay.
Because
so now she's your boss, a 13-year-old.
That's the kind of, we don't want that kind of reaction, Dad. They don't want to be,
You killed it?
Nice. The fly is dead.
Fucking dangerous. Femme fatale.
They don't want any kind of confrontation. They don't want a confrontation in public.
Right.
About something that most people don't want, most people are not going to agree with.
So don't say anything that could be, again, construed.
Keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Don't even talk to your daughter in a private conversation that could be possibly overheard by some big mouth fucking broad. Not
when it's something as hot topic as politics. You speak in public about politics. You cannot be expected to
what you said was so fucking benign.
I understand. I thought it was too. I thought it was obvious. It was a joke. But again, she didn't see my face when I said it, though.
Right.
So she didn't know if I was serious or not about it.
Mm-hmm.
She turned around and the gut just.
And so she was like, "Hey, I heard you talking about people's appearances, like literally physically changing when they tell too many lies, and that probably what you're telling your young daughter is that this cover is actually not photoshopped, but Hillary's nose has grown because I'm that fucking stupid. I'm your average Walmart customer, a fucking idiot." Again,
but you are. And
I go to Walmart a lot. So.
You are seeing and hearing the wrong part of that.
No. I'm hearing you being like, I better shut up.
No, you're hearing the wrong thing of the point I'm trying to make. Young people don't want to be confronted and have to be able and have to like.
Of course, they want to run to their safe space.
To defend.
They're triggered.
Or not even defend, but.
Triggered.
They don't want to be confronted in public about something.
About reality.
Politics. It's not reality.
No, it's reality. Let me ask you this. Okay. Mr. fucking liberal. Now, this isn't Berkeley. This is one of the most, this is also Fox News, so we'll take it for what it's worth. Berkeley protesters demand spaces of color, harass white students trying to pass. These are ultra left wingers.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
Say it again.
Students are calling for safe spaces for transgendered people as well as spaces of color. So at the university, which they already have. The protesters are also harassing white students trying to study, barring their path across a key bridge while allowing students of color safe passage. The protest, which began last Friday, disrupted studying students, blocked traffic at the intersection in front of the campus.
The bridge was
the bridge is like, I guess it was a way to get to this somewhere, and I guess black people or people of color, whatever, are like, white people can't use this bridge. You got to take the long way around.
Are you sure?
This is what I'm reading. I'm reading this on foxnews.com. Like I said, it's not always the most reliable source. So if you have bad enough you're a fucking big enough pusshole that you're like, I need a safe space. But now you're like, I need a segregated safe space, something that the generation before us fought against to change, and now they're trying to fucking change it back.
But it's a public bridge.
It's a metaphor. The bridge is a metaphor.
No, it is not. It's a bridge. And if your daughter was going to Berkeley and tried to cross that bridge, they'd be like, yo, cracker, take the fucking long way.
Because we've been using the quote unquote bridge to take the shortcut for so long. Now let's fucking, now we got to walk around.
Now your daughter has to pay.
How do you feel if we built a bridge just for the white people, Walt, next to the black people's bridge, but we made it really ornate with like covered, heated in the winter, and everything was fine? Is that okay? If white people built their own bridge, that was different?
Mm-hmm.
Of course not.
Well, what options are we talking about then? If the only way across is
walk in the
valley,
trying to make a point.
I kind
what if we made that valley nice?
It's growing pains. It's growing pains.
It's not. This is fucking racist. Do you not? It's racist.
It's not.
It is. It's prejudice and it's bigoted to say you're white, you can't walk here. Exactly as bigoted as somebody saying you're black, you can't walk here. I would never fucking tell somebody they couldn't use my bridge. I'm like, hey, bro. Do it. Come on, man. This bridge is for everybody. Tranny, black guy, Puerto Rican, Chinese, everybody. This is the Rainbow Bridge. This is a bridge of nowhere. But
this bridge ends. It ends suddenly.
It ends with me in a tampon costume.
The small steps. the small steps that are taken to bring everybody up to speed.
So this is bringing people together by saying, hey, let's get safe spaces that are segregated, that only black people can be here. Because if there was a safe space and it was like only white people can be here, it would be a whole thing, rightfully so. But in this society, since everyone's such a fucking pussy and they're afraid to say anything, they're like, well, just let the black people have their space. That way nobody will and we won't hear any bullshit from Black Lives Matter.
You've got to let them drive the car the way that they want it to go, though.
No, so now you're living in their fucking world?
Yes.
Fuck them. Fuck these assholes.
Yes.
They don't have enough experience.
Wait, when you say fuck them, who do you mean?
I'm talking about Staten Island.
You're talking about black people. We can't.
No, not at all. I'm talking about these fucking ultra left wing liberal.
Had to give you the keys, and now you.
He fucked up. He never should have done it. Look what I turned it into.
And now we have to give them the keys and get out of the way and let them steer. And if they want to steer it to where they want it to go and build the America that they want.
Let them have
it.
Because it's not my American.
Yeah, but you're never going to be crossing that bridge.
You had your fucking chance to make a difference. You didn't do
crossed
shit.
that bridge
you
already.
You didn't do nothing.
I did too. I went to community college for a few semesters.
Shit. And now
never graduated.
About how other people cross the goddamn bridges?
I'm only 80 credits away from an associate's degree.
The formative years when you were young, virile, and powerful, and you had a chance to do
good
shit.
knees.
Yeah.
You didn't do nothing.
Right.
You did nothing.
You fucking fucked around.
All right.
And now you want to cry when it's their turn. Now you want to bitch and moan.
I was happy with the status quo.
Yeah, because the status quo was everything for you and nothing for them.
Right, exactly.
Right.
What?
You admit it.
There was no bridges where I was like, oh, cool, no black people are on this bridge. That's not from my time. I like seeing black people on bridges.
My point is, you're
I'm going to jump off
that bridge. Ever.
Berkeley.
Yes.
You never know.
Why do you give a fuck?
Maybe I'll go into a sit-in.
All right, and then if someone tells you not to cross that bridge, what are you going to do?
I'm going to power through.
Then that's it. So what are you worried about?
Well, they'll probably beat the shit out of me. Like Walt said, I'm not young and virile.
Wrong.
Like, I'll take one swing, get out of breath, and I'll be in the hospital.
Then they're wrong. But it's just like, it's literally a situation that will never affect you ever. Ever.
But what if it affects Walt's daughter?
Well,
I care about her.
Part of that generation.
She's part of the problem.
Yeah, I know. This is what she wrote in Walmart, telling you to shut up, saying like, "Hey, man, don't talk about fucking Trump. This is the unintended consequences."
She's speaking the language.
It's not the unintended. She understands the areas that she should delve into and not. She knows she can go wherever she wants.
Well, not that bridge in Berkeley.
Right. She knows to walk around like she should.
Oh my God. That poor girl.
She doesn't want the confrontation. It's not worth it to her.
I'm calling child services on this guy.
I shouldn't say that's not right.
Right.
She knows she doesn't deserve to walk across it from what was the sins of her fathers.
Right. Your sins?
Mine.
You're talking forefathers.
I'm talking about the forefathers.
We went as matching tampons and blackface one Halloween. That's what he's talking about.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.